We are just about to get started here. Just getting the chat up, and I think we're just about ready to go into Cyberpunk 2077. We'll play some other titles as requested. Some of them I'm gonna have to download, unfortunately. I tried to download some right before we could start up this stream. And we are live. What's up? I'm Chris Mizo. I'm here live right now. We are going to game with the RTX 5090. You can let me know your thoughts of it. Let me get that focused in, and we'll get started on Cyberpunk 2077. I adjusted some of the stats. If you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. Or if you have any other requests for any other games, please also let me know as well. And I'm just about to enter into Cyberpunk 2077 as I'm just getting this network up and ready to go. Now, I'm sure you heard about all the different problems that with the RTX 5090 and how it isn't really smooth. I wouldn't just say the 5090, but the whole 50 series in general, because it's quite interesting to see how it kind of plays out, because I'm actually still on the March driver because of the current issues that's going on. The current driver that it is up to now, it is on, let me see. Technically, it's on 57628. I'm still on 574. I can't remember. Or 572, actually. And that was back on the March update because it would constantly give issues, especially going into, say, Monster Hunter Wilds. What's up, Fasten? Do you think the 7600X and the 16GB 5060 Ti are a good combo? That's an excellent combo, to be honest. The main key, if you're going to use it for gaming, Fasten, I would say that is the perfect combo to go with, especially if you're not trying to spend so much on it. I get it. And I would say that's something to go for. I would go for that, Fasten. Have you decided what type of 5060 Ti are you planning to get? I'm going to switch it over to game mode now, but I'll still be able to chat and see the chat and everything as I have it up on the other monitor here. So let me know if it's too loud once I switch it over. I'm probably going to have to adjust the volume a bit, but just let me know if you feel that it's too loud. How's that? Hopefully the source isn't too loud. Not too sure if you could really hear the volume. I don't see it working on that side. Actually, let me take off my headphones here. It's actually hot wearing them. Probably MSI. MSI is a good brand to go with, especially when it comes to their 5060s. They really have little issues. The only ones I don't recommend from MSI are the Ventus series. I don't really like the Ventus too much. They work great, but I feel like they are more prone to and more likely to run into different issues if that is what you're trying to avoid here. Okay. You guys hear the volume okay? What's up, Alexander? Good to see you. Is it streaming also through YouTube right now? Or is it just going through Twitch, Alexander? Let me know. I'm getting a 3 fan because they look nicer. Yeah, 3 fans are definitely better. 2 fans won't be as efficient, for sure. And typically you can get a lot more overclocking power because you're going to have more cooling too. So I think you made a wise decision going to that route. So right now, I'll show you the settings that I have set right now on Cyberpunk. So I'm going to go into the settings here. Okay, perfect. Thanks for letting me know. So right now, currently, we have it on custom settings because what we want to do is run it on DLSS. Right now, frame generation is off because I know a lot of you are curious about that too, to see how well it performs with or without frame generation. The transformer model is being used for the DLSS, and it is on quality. And right now we do have path tracing on, and we also have ray tracing on. So this is typically very hard on a GPU, especially for any GPU, to have path tracing on. So we'll get into game and you'll get an idea to see how it's looking. So we'll go ahead and do it. By the way, Alex, I'm downloading War Thunder 2, but the only thing that sucks is I gotta wait for it to I gotta really wait for it to download. I was hoping it would download a lot quicker, but maybe I got so much on the network right now, because technically I'm streaming off of the network right now. So it runs pretty smooth. Right now we're getting a decent about 98. Hopefully everybody can see that. About 98 frames out of it. And we'll go into more of a scene where I can go into like a shootout or something. But Cyberpunk 2077 is definitely one of my favorites out of all. I love playing Cyberpunk 2077. And let's go try to go to, let's see. Let's go somewhere here on the map. How about we go to the, let's see. How about we run a mission real quick? Or we could go to the report of crimes. We could always do that. Or even the psycho missions are pretty fun to go to. So let's try to go into this crime real quick. And that'll be perfect for us to go to. And this is like a pretty new file. This isn't the one that I beat. After I get the 5060, I'm likely to get another 32 gigabytes of DDR5. Yeah, well, absolutely. If you're getting 32 gigabytes, is it 32 gigabytes in total? You're just planning to upgrade it, or you're trying to get 64 gigabytes in total? Because most of the time, you'll be perfectly fine with 32 gigabytes. 32 gigabytes is plenty fine, especially if you're running say like low latency, like especially because they're coming out with TL26, which is pretty insane. That won't be coming out until the summer, I believe. And so right now this is how it's running without any type of frame generation. There is path tracing on. Now if you take a look at it, you can see that it's almost, you can see like a little bit of the blur, but nothing like too crazy. You see a little bit of the noise in the textures. I'm getting another, oh, okay, so that makes sense. So you're trying to multitask, really. And you know what that's really good for too, especially if you're trying to game and stream into one system, just say. And that would be excellent for that. All right, so they're out here by this, by the dock. Let's see what we got here. So, what about VSync? VSync is off right now, but we could definitely try it with VSync on next. So this is without VSync. We're just gonna go into like an action scene, battle scene. Okay, I'm assuming it's over here. And you can see how hard Cyberpunk really runs as it is right now. There must be something under here. Yeah, Cyberpunk is one of those games where it really runs the card hard. And currently we're on a 1440p monitor. It's the ASUS PG34WCDM. I love this thing. Definitely one of my favorites for sure. And eventually tomorrow I'll be in talks with somebody trying to get a 4K monitor in, so that way we can do some testing on that as well. Did I get the full 110 gigabytes of it? I believe so. Are you talking about on War Thunder? I'm not sure, but it was downloading. It must be the full thing because it was taking a while. I was downloading it for 10 minutes. I only got like the 30%. And surprisingly, it didn't download on time, but I do plan to download it while we're on stream too, and hopefully we'll get a chance to get into it. I was having issues with trying to get into Monster Hunters 2, and Monster Hunters it's working fine, but on the stream it seems like there's an issue with the network for somewhat. I have a feeling it has something to do with because the update is behind on the driver, so maybe it's kind of preventing it, but I'll figure something out for that. Really, honestly, it's better to get another HDMI cord and run it that way. So that way I can, so we can have like a nice smooth frames and without any issues of it going into, let's see. Oh, I can't even take really control. There we go. Get into this car real quick. Run over all these civilians. So the minimum client is 15 gigabytes. Okay. So it must be, I'm assuming it's probably going to be the full thing because I didn't really get the options. More than likely, I'll see how it is. Do they still keep that game up to date out of curiosity? I saw it was released in 2013. It's pretty impressive, especially for when the game was released. Now, I'm talking about War Thunders here, if you're curious what I'm talking about. Let's see. Ah, shit. Alright, so I'm going to reboot. Okay. So it's been a while since I played this, so I'm going to try to execute some reboot optics here. Oh, that's not the guy I want to get. Alright, so let's overheat this. Try to get him again here. Overheat. There we go. And let me know how the sound is working. I'm just curious. Are you guys getting the sound for Cyberpunk out of curiosity, or are you not hearing anything? Oh, somebody's behind me. So you can see that there's, even with the 5090, you still get a little bit of like very incremental hiccups in the game. And again, it's because I do have a frame generation off. So you get an idea of how it really looks like without frame generations. You see what I mean? Like if I'm spinning here. You see it? It does stutter somewhat. And that's because it's without frame generation. Now the lighting's going to look excellent on it because, I mean, take a look. You can see it really looks like this, there's like a glossy paint on this car, like it's fresh paint. And you can actually see the reflections really well off of it. You can see the difference between the whole path tracing side. Now, if you turn on frame generation, it absolutely makes a big big difference in it. How many gigs is the version I'm downloading? I would have to exit out the game to find out, and I'll definitely let you know, like once I step out of the game for a moment. So this is how it is right now. Again, you get an average. It's not really going even over 100, and this is with the RTX 5090. So typically it gets like between around like I would say like the 80 to 95 frames. And you can see how much power it's taken out the RTX 5090. And it's not even go full boost, but just to let you know, I do have this card undervolted right now. And so I think it's about 120 millivolts undervolted. So, but I am still getting the same clock speeds. So that is the good thing about it right now. I am still getting the same clock speed, so it is a bit cooler than it usually runs. When you're running on stock settings, it can run as hot as 82, 83 degrees even. I think I've seen it as high as 86. I would have to look, but I screenshotted it with the actual extra fan. Right now, the Gigabyte AORUS Master doesn't have the extra fan in there, so it doesn't have the I'm not too sure if it really makes that much of a difference, but just by undervolting it, It certainly does make a difference in temperature, as you're seeing like about 74, which is excellent. And we're getting this with path tracing on. So let's turn on. Okay, so it is silent. Yeah, I was curious about that. And let me see. Let me see if I can get the sound out of it. Behavior bandwidth highest audio video network. Okay. Yeah, it says it's going through the network, but I have to look one through here. So I'm going to step out for a minute, and I'm going to just double check this stream here. Oh, okay. There we go. I think I got it now. I think it's really high here. It's funny because it's like you're running OBS on two different systems. How's that? Okay, so now we're going to go over to the next place here, and this time I'm going to turn on some. I'm going to turn on not ray tracing, but I'm going to turn on frame generation, and you'll see how much of a difference it really makes. So we're going to put DLSS frame generation. Not sure if it's going to require a restart. Will affect after the game has, yeah. So it's going to restart the game, unfortunately. Okay. So let me get back here. I'll switch back over to you guys. There we go. But that's like a general idea of how it's running. So I'm gonna restart the game as of now, and then we can expect it. So now I'm gonna check it out and see what it says about that game. Let me see. Right now it is okay. It's queued at 30%, and I can't quite see how large the file is yet. So I'm looking through it. No indications of it, but it's downloading for sure. Only thing that sucks is like when you're in game, like when you're in Cyberpunk or something, you won't be able to see it. It seemed to be a bit dark here, so I'm just going to turn this around just a bit. Get a little bit more lighting here. There we go. That should be better. But yeah, right now we're going to go back into Cyberpunk. We have frame generation enabled. So once we go back into Cyberpunk, you'll see the big difference in frames. So now you have a general idea of how it's looking just by raw power. And with just standard DLSS, no frame generation on, and with path tracing, everything enabled to its maximum settings, you're going to get about 80 to 95 frames. So we're going to go back into Cyberpunk now. So far, the 5090, I'm a bit mixed on it. I'm going to have a review out on it, but you can see it for yourself. It's, to me personally, I feel like it's a card that should not be honestly worth $3,000. It's just a bit ridiculous for that pricing wise. But take a look at this. You'll see the big difference once the frame generation is on. And this is specifically on the Gigabyte AORUS Master 5090. Right now, I actually took off the fan on it because I wanted to see how much better cooling is on it. And also, I have the card undervolted, but it does have the same boost and memory clocks. So there's nothing affected by it. It just should run cooler. I haven't really pushed it in overclocking wise because I feel it's unnecessary. And more than likely, you don't want to get it to the point where it's really unstable. So War Thunder has an issue with people leaking real classified info about real tanks. Oh, really? That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I always like games like where they really take it to the next level, like when it comes into LSS. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised it even allowed that. That is strange. But you can see how much of a difference it is in frames alone, because standard, we were getting about 80 to 95 on the RTX 5090 without frame generation. Now it jumps up nearly 2 times what it was, like 200%, like about like a 150% increase, I would say, about in frames, just let alone. All right, so how many frames do you get? I like 170 without ray tracing. Now, are you speaking of for the RTX 5090? So if you like 170 without frame ray tracing, you certainly can get it easily with this. With the 5090, you could. This is with even path tracing on. With path tracing on and frame generation on, this is about 290 right now. What are the actual advantages for gaming with NVMe over SATA SSDs? Honestly, there isn't a large difference. You could even have a hard drive. You wouldn't really notice the difference. Unless there's a game that actually provides like direct storage, then you would see a difference. And that's something Microsoft is currently working on. They're trying to work on games where they can have direct storage. Then you would see a large difference. Even if you are coming, say, from PCI Express 4 M.2 to PCI Express 5 M.2, then you would see a difference. So they are working on something like that. But honestly, we'll probably see it in the next gen of graphics cards, because we'll probably see them focus it more when it comes to the, probably like 27, I would think. I don't have my 9800 overclocked either. So you got a 5090 Astral. So how do you like the Astral? I got to ask you. I spoke to ASUS. It's been really tough to get any cards with them right now. And I'm just curious how the Astral performs, because you have that 4th extra fan, right? It's pretty beefy, that card. It's almost like, it's just like the Gigabyte AORUS Master. But, of course, it looks, in my honest opinion, putting that extra fan on it makes it look rigged up. Oh, did not expect that flashbang. Oh, stream ended on YouTube? Really? OBS is... Okay, let me go check it real quick. What is YouTube doing? It says it's on. Let me just... don't mind me getting shot at right now. All right. Let me see. Let me go check on what's going on with YouTube real quick. Let's see. It says it's streaming. Okay, it is streaming. It must have been the network connection or something that must have went down. That's really crazy. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over you guys back over into the gaming mode here. Oh wait, on what other one? There you go. Perfect. So I'm going right back into Cyberpunk now. Oh, that's funny. You know what? I want to take this police bike real quick. But it easily gets on about like 257, $1,500 performance. Okay, vehicle. For only I feel the same. Dave, you're spot on. That's exactly what it feels like. It feels like I just upgraded like a 4090, but it's not like a huge difference from the 4090. Actually, I honestly enjoyed the 4090 a lot. The 5090, I feel a bit mixed with all the current issues that I've ran into. I could list like 4 different things that I've ran into with the 4090, but it certainly feels like that. It just okay. Thanks for letting me know, Alex. I do appreciate it. Yeah, for some reason, sometimes it all depends on the network. The network's kind of crazy right now. Let me just push this so I can see you guys better here. Oh, and I just noticed something too. While I'm getting shot at here too. The chat's not showing up on the game either. So you get decent frames, like and this is all again with frame generation. Damn, he's really trying to knock me off my bike here. So I think the drivers, I agree. And people have been really talking bad about these AMD drivers. They have not been like this. Oh, let me get out of the map here. I gotta get off this, get out of here. But yeah, they have been rough. I don't want to update my driver because, like I said, I was having issues with Monster Hunter, and I had constant freezes with it. All right, we'll get out of this area real quick. I wish I was. Yeah. And they are trying to take me down. Let me see if I could go hide out somewhere. Get another boost here. Alright. I should be able to outrun them. I got the 5090 just collecting dust and using my 7800 XT as my other main PC. And using the 5090 to play First Descendant or Once Human or other MMO. Yeah, it makes sense too because I feel like it's not perfect. And see, like even just now, you can see like a stutter in it. And especially for such a premium price you pay for a 5090, you should expect just straight buttery smooth frames as you're gaming. Now, I don't have everything like optimized for it right now. So like if I turned on my VSync and turned on reflex mode and everything, I'm sure it would iron out a bit. But you would certainly see the frames drops. And this is on a 240 hertz display on an OLED monitor too. Alright. These stars just don't want to drop. They are everywhere. It's a shame GTA 6 won't be out this year, but hopefully they come out with GTA 6 the same year. That's like kind of like holding on to some hopes. I paid $3K. Yeah, that's what it feels like. You still get some choppiness. It feels like almost like you have a graphics card that is in beta mode. Like you're just like testing out a prototype. That's what it feels like. I almost feel like I'm just like testing the card really and not really enjoying the games out of it. MPG 32 4K OLED. Oh wow, that's a good monitor actually. MSI makes some really excellent monitors. And that's a 240. Is that 240 hertz too, right? I remember the MPG is, right? But I gotta say, like, once you go to an OLED monitor, you don't go back. It's like it's hard to go back to like a standard. Man, these stars don't want to get off me. I just gotta hop on a different vehicle. I think it's too obvious I'm on a police cruiser. Oh. 240 hertz. Oh, okay, so it has a dual refresh rate, right? So it's 4K 240 hertz. 360 hertz is 1080p, right? That's kind of like one of the monitors I'm trying to aim. Yeah, it's because like, oh wow, they just ran me right over. But yeah, once you go over to like an OLED monitor, it's just like night and day. It's hard to switch over. It really is. Oh man. Whew. All right, let me see if I could go find a car or something. They're Arasaka bots. And but typically this is like what it looks like, just like with the frame generation on. So it's not terrible, but sometimes you can get some like ghosting as you game. Oh, okay. So you got two. That's right. You got two monitors, 360 hertz, 1440p, and 4K 240 hertz, 32-inch, both of them. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna go back here to the settings, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the VSync, and you can get an idea of how that will look. See, path tracing is on, crown density is on high. Let me see. It's kind of hard to see with the overlay on. And let me see. Ray tracing, crowd density, advanced, level of detail. Where is the VSync at? No, this is just gameplay. Controls, sound, interface. Maybe that's everything here. DLSS, transformer model. We have quality, we have sharpness. So we got the ray reconstruction, frame generation. We have it at the most at 4 times. Yeah, it seems like that there is no real setting for VSync here, from what I see. Nope. I know for certain, like when you go into Monster Hunters, they definitely have it for sure. Here, they don't seem to have it. Usually it'll pop up, and I know some games will feature it. Now, they say the best way to optimize your games, especially when you have something like a 5090 or something that is similar of that nature, is that you have to have VSync on, frame generation, and also have the reflex mode on as well. Now, not all games will feature it. This guy won't leave me alone. How's he gonna complain about getting killed? As okay, so War Thunder has G-Sync. I have to let that download. But with frame generation, it does certainly make a large difference. You're jumping from 75 frames, 85 frames to now 280. Now the funny thing is, the way they advertised it too is they made it seem like that you were gonna get like over 200 frames on a 5070, and when I was testing it, you're not going to get anywhere close to that level unless you take off ray tracing and path tracing and everything. Then you can actually get it. Let me get out of here. This car is done. Do I prefer DLSS 4 or smooth motion? The funny thing is, I feel smooth motion is definitely a bit better because at least it's cleared up. It's improved from what it was. I have 4K, so I have 200 plus frames with a 5090. Sometimes it drops 170, 180, so it looks so crisp. Yeah, so like in certain games, like sometimes they can really run flawlessly, and at times it just doesn't. And that's my biggest thing. It should run flawlessly the whole time, especially if you spend $3,000 on a card. And if you really think about it, a 5080 should be only worth $1,000. The 5090 should be worth only $2,000. So with the AIBs pushing up the price and everything, you should expect it to be much better, especially for the price that you're paying for. So it doesn't feel like a $3,000 card you're paying for. It really feels like a card that you're paying for that's like $1,500. Oh, this is one of those psychos. I don't even think I'm prepared to fight one. Oh, she's about to go wild right now. You see what I mean? I still get stutters. Okay, and you see what I mean? There's a little bit of delay, like when I'm turning around and everything, and you see the frames are saying I'm going 200 frames. It doesn't feel like 200 frames there. I feel that it's the drivers and Nvidia needs to fix GPU problems and not rely on AI. I agree. They really need to fix these drivers. It's just constant issues. Luckily with Cyberpunk, there really hasn't been any real big issues with it. But oh, I just went down too. I don't get stutter at all. It's probably some CPU bottleneck. Now, the funny thing is, it's a 9800 X3D I'm on too, and it's I do have it curved optimized. So it's certainly, I don't think it's that, because if it was, we would definitely notice it. So let me go back, because again, I'm actually streaming off of another PC here. I'm not even streaming off the same PC. So we'll go back here. I'm going to try to attempt to go into Monster Hunters to see how well that works. Yeah, the funny thing is, I felt like I didn't get stutters when I had the and try it. Maybe some of the stuttering could be resolved here with, but I'll just give you an idea here. See, here's War Thunder at 33%. Unfortunately, it's still downloading because I have had a game opened. So I'm going to try to go into Monster Hunters. Hopefully it cooperates this time. Let me go back here so you guys can see me full screen here. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just going back into Monster Hunters. Hopefully it cooperates and works through the network. Usually it works fine, but maybe it's that has to do with the driver or something. I have a feeling it's something along those lines here, but we'll find out right now. And let me try to swap it over here. It's so odd. It's funny because I know I have Monster Hunters up and working. You can see it through the camera, but yeah, it does. It has issues. I'm really trying to enjoy the game when it comes to Monster Hunters, but it seems like it always runs into like some sort of freezing. Especially like from what I noticed, I ran into freezing when I entered the forest. It like hard froze, and that had to do more with Nvidia's driver than anything, and that was like a big complaint I had here. Okay, so let me just try something. I'm trying to get it to play through now on Monster Hunters now. So it has, are you downloading War? Yes, I'm downloading War Thunder on Steam right now. So right now I'm trying to get that up as well, but as of now it's just like still downloading. So hopefully I can get this up and working correctly here. Borderless window, the ultra wide. I wonder if it makes any difference if I just make it wide. Let's, out of curiosity here. Will it? Nope. Same thing. So I'm going to go into the OBS here. And try to get it to show. And nothing. Okay, so what we'll do, I'll go back real quick. I'm going to go back into the chat and try to resolve this issue. It's faster on the Gaijin Entertainment website. Does it download into Steam too? It's just not a high-end PC, but it puts my 5090. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, it seems like with the Sapphire Nitro Plus has been really impressive on that side. And that's what's really been frustrating for the most part, is that it seems like it's been running better on that than on the 5090. So it's like you're paying all this money, right? You're paying all this money for a 5090, but it still runs into its issues. So don't mind me right now. I'm just working on trying to get this whole Monster Hunters up. For some reason, it doesn't want to respond over through OBS. And again, I don't know if it's really the Monster Hunter issues. I'm just curious. I'm going to try to open up the bench out of curiosity, see if that pops up. If it does, then I know it's the game itself, because it seems like I've just been having issues with it. And yeah, we're on the right setting here. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of here and see if it opens up here. Especially because there's not really much to set up on this. You will get, yeah. See, that's the only thing. I don't like really having too many launchers. I prefer it to have everything into one. All right, so let's see. Will that come up? So capture audio beta. So right now I'm just checking all the NDI settings now. AMD software also lets you put NVIDIA software to shame, and it gives the user more control, and it's so much easier. I agree. It's crazy because it's almost like NVIDIA's new app was supposed to improve by like tenfold, but it seems like it's still like off. It was supposed to be like a true all-in-one tool, but it hasn't proven to be that quite yet. And I'm hoping it does get better over time. And will it show up? Now, out of curiosity, I'm going to switch back over here and see if it comes up. And it's no. So it must be a Monster Hunters thing. That's funny because it seems like it was working before, and now it seems like it's definitely something to do with Monster Hunters. Oh, I know exactly. I have an idea what it could be too. I know exactly what it is. I think it's because I have a proxy on. I could also go into Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. That's a good one too, because they do have frame generation too. This generation of NVIDIA side wasn't mind-blowing. Maybe next time the next generation will be better. That's if the scalpers don't go crazy again. I agree. I feel like it has to. I feel like with the whole scalping issue, this was worse than the whole 30 series. Way worse. I haven't seen it this bad at all. I mean, even the 30 series, it made the 30 series look easy to get compared to how hard it was to get the 50 series. It was just ridiculous. And right now, I'll switch right back into game here. Yeah. And I'll show you all the different settings here. Wasn't it weird how did Cyberpunk mistake it? It must have thought it was off of the AMD system with the Nitro Plus. There's no way, because of what it was thinking it was in the settings with the whole FSR. Let me see. Go back into the graphics. Okay, so we're in super resolution. We have the transformer model on, and we have it on quality, and we have frame generation. We have it on 4X. So I just might sell the 5090 and downgrade to a 5080. And that's an excellent point, because it seems like, and that seems like that might be the better option to go. Oh, also, that just reminded me, you guys can't see each other in the chat for some reason. So I'll fix that real quick, which is, should be right here. Oh, that's why you guys are, let me fix that. Bring you guys out. There we go. I apologize for that. Maybe put it right there. Or right, I'll put you guys right on top of the camera. Like right. Probably be better right here. Trying to figure a good spot for it. Maybe right there. Yeah, maybe here. That would definitely be the better spot for now. So I'll lock that. Have I played Final Fantasy? Which Final Fantasy? Oh, what's good, Ezekiel? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while. I got my coffee actually right next to me. Which Final Fantasy? I played Final Fantasy 16. I haven't played, I played Final Fantasy 15. I haven't played the new Final Fantasy 7 yet. That's something I still had to play. So right now we're just about to get back into the whole side of starting up Cyberpunk. Right now we just have all the standard stuff on, including path tracing, so you can get a good idea of how it looks like. Not sure if you guys are feeling too impressed, or if you're feeling, I know some guys feel disappointed for the most part, especially if you're waiting to get the RTX 5090 and you're curious. This is a good place to check it out. This will make you think about your purchase. XMech will definitely tell you. He will tell you the same thing. Okay, so we're back in now. And where's that psycho at? Oh, right there. Okay. Let's see if I could start some chaos here. So I'm gonna try to, everything is traceable. Let's see, what can I do first? Distract enemies, that'll be better. And try to take him out one by one. So, with the whole path tracing on right now, we're getting about 280 to 300, supposedly. But you'll notice quickly how it doesn't, it still runs into some sort of stuttering. So we'll try to, I don't think I could take him out at midday, it'd be too obvious. Let's see. That's right. Let's try to bring him over there. I think it would be pretty obvious if someone was like kind of creeping around, like if I was ducking just like this behind a crowd of people like that. This doesn't look suspicious at all. Better kill her quick. I don't even know anything about Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Each game is different. And actually, Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorites. One of the originals. But I haven't played the new one. I heard mixed things about it, but I know some people love Final Fantasy X too. That's also a great series. Alright, I'm just gonna take him down. That's not obvious at all. Take him down real quick. I know I was gonna get spotted. All right, I'm getting out of here. Each one has a different story, really. Oh, dang, almost killed me. Final Fantasy 16 has a very interesting storyline. It's based on Clyde. He's like practically like a king, where he was like the king's son, and the heir was his brother. But it's a very good story because it's like somebody killed his. How did it go? It's been a while since I played it. I'm trying to remember. I think it's like somebody killed his father, and which was the king, and he was trying to discover like who really did it. There was like this big plague that happened in the kingdom, and now you're, but and they have these other forms. I can't really explain it too well. Sorry about that, but it's really good though. The game's really good. It's just been like a little bit over a year since I played it, so I can't remember. All right, so, oh, I gotta get out of here too. So now we're getting some decent gameplay right now. Pretty smooth, right? You'll notice like when it gets like a little bit more rough. But I have to go into a more dense area. So right now it's like a real sunny area. So let me go right here. Let's go find this mission real quick. Oh, there goes a psych wall. All right, let me try to take her out. Oh. Reboot their optics. Oh, how can you block me if I just rebooted your optics here? Alright, gotta take... Alright, let me get out of here. So, with frame generation, it certainly makes a big difference. Oh, man. Oh, she came up quick. Ah, she got me. So, I'm going to show you how it looks like, again, without frame generation, and you'll see, like, the difference. So, we'll turn that off. So, I just got to reset the game real quick, and then we'll get right back into it. Oh, did it freeze? Huh. Do you guys still see me okay? I don't know if it looks like it froze for a minute. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, I googled it. I realized it's some interesting art online about. Oh, yeah, that's Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, Tifa's really. Tifa's one of like the most major characters of Final Fantasy VII, but it's a great game. It is an excellent game. I remember being drawn to it as a kid. Like, I would constantly play it. Like, I played it like at least 3 to 4 times over. All right, so we're getting back in. And right now this is going to be without any type of frame generation on.
Hey everyone, feels great to have you back. So then, did y'all hear about that Arasaka aircraft carrier docked in Night City called Fujita or the Whale? Apparently the Corp figured it wasn't safe in Japanese
All right,
waters.
perfect. Okay, so now we don't have frame generation on, and you can see how much of a big drop it is. This is like really the level. It's right when I get back, I died. All right, let me load it back up again. Okay, we won't go that way. What I really need to get is some other weapons here. So we'll go ahead this way. Yeah, I would think so. Because they got so they're very good at creating their models for Final Fantasy, I gotta say. Let's see. So we're gonna go over here. Now this time we're getting about like 106, 107 with pad tracing on and with no type of frame generation.
All units in the area. Disorderly conduct reported in Watson. 331 responding. On my way, dispatch. But only because I like you.
All right, so let's go over here. So we're getting about 100 frames. We're getting about 76 in temperature. Again, this is undervolted, so by like 120 millivolts, I think it is. So we're definitely getting a lot cooler temperatures than what it was running stock. Oddly realistic, to be honest. That's also a game I've been meaning to get. I'm curious how that remake is, because I know Final Fantasy VII is. I heard again like mixed things about it, so I hear good and bad about it. So now I'm headed over to a point, so you get a better idea of like how well this graphics card can handle like heavier areas. So let's take a look here. You see how weird the textures look though, in a way too. It's like right now I'm just looking at how the textures look, right? Really? You know what's funny? I just realized she just like was right there staring at my face. Of course. Yes. Yes, they do have it on PS3. Final Fantasy 13 was on PS3. And oh, yeah, now she's down. It's funny because I don't remember the textures looking like this. So let me go back in the settings. I'm just curious here. No wonder why. See, it's for some reason, this is like what I'm talking about here. We know for a fact that we just turned off frame generation. We did not touch the resolution scaling. No wonder why it looks so weird. Okay. Now it should be better. And now that looks right. Because you noticed how fuzzy it looked. And that's not really meant to be running on an NVIDIA card, so... Yeah, that's better. Have you played Need for Speed Heat before? I have. I like Need for Speed. One of my favorites, again, like when it goes to the whole Need for Speed series, has to be Most Wanted. Even though they remade it, I know it wasn't the same. But that's definitely one of my top games, like when it comes to for cars. They actually recreate it, which looked interesting. They recreated Need for Speed not Most Wanted, but Underground with ray tracing, and it looked so much more different. I would love to play it because I was a big fan of Underground 2. Underground 2 was so much fun, and you had so much customization in it. And Most Wanted was like a whole nother turn, but it was really good, like when it came to the whole racing series. Alright, so we'll get to the next point here. We'll go into a heavier area. So see, this looks right because this is what I was remembering when we were running without without the LSS. Yes, I think it is on PS3 actually. It's on PS3 and on Xbox 360. They also got it on PC as well, I know. I think that's like really when I really first played it was like on PC. Same thing with Need for Speed Underground. I was hooked on it. Okay, so I gotta get in here. Okay, now you can really see this card working.
Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure.
Dexter Deshawn in the flesh. Ample indeed.
Need for Speed. I've never played Shift because again I've heard so many mixed things about it. Was Shift the one where they actually had the whole like the colors, like the different drift colors? Because I think people felt that was like like kind of weird with that part of it. But I heard like when you drift, it would smoke like different colors, like blue and purple. I'm gonna put nobody, Mr. Nobody survives.
You're either somebody or you fizzle out into nothing. Night City don't let you choose.
So again, this is without ray tracing. I mean, with ray tracing, without frame generation on. So if you're curious of seeing how raw power looks like, it's like this. And again, we're kind of running through like a cutscene, so you get a decent idea of how it looks. This is on a 1440p display as well, if you're curious. Need for Speed Shift needs a full remaster. Really? I gotta take a look at it again because I'm just curious. I know they need to they gotta come back out again with it. And I do have some interesting news for everybody out there that does have like a PlayStation 5 or a friend that has a PlayStation 5, is that they are coming out with Gears of War on PlayStation. So you can crossplay on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and you'll be able to play Gears of War, even if they do have a PlayStation. So that's some good news for everybody out there who does want to get one.
Yeah. Guessing it belongs to a core.
ARGB. Surely that's no problem.
Corps don't deserve
I
special.
wonder if I don't even do this mission, what happens. I don't. I think it has no choice but to make you go through this side of it at least.
You work this out? Got a plan?
Two things. First, a conundrum with the Maelstrom boys. Needs active resolving with that. Second, a rendezvous. Simple. The client who brought us the job's anxious. She wants to parlay with one of the team.
Client. What's her thing? Why she need to meet?
So the card gets about 80, and that's even with the undervolt.
It wasn't easy. Put the word out I was looking for any kind of
And you can see how much power it's drawing too.
And
Some brothers from Pacifica got back to me.
Sniper Elite 4. I heard that's really good too, actually. I heard that's a lot of fun.
Anyway, our little client insisted on meeting someone with skin in the game. You know, who'll be there for it all. Yours truly will be remote. T-Bug ain't no people person, and Jaggy's only good at some things. I know you know what I mean. Pretty much, thank you. Mr. V,
what's the issue needs res-
Huh.
hello? Mr. V?
Let me go back here real quick. I'm just checking something real quick. I just noticed something. It looked like one of this. I see what happened. What happened here?
Hello?
That is weird. I'm just noticing something here on my. Right now, I'm just checking my one other stream that I had the vertical live on, and that's weird. It seems like it's not working properly. Contact.
Mr. V?
Alright, so let me get back here, guys. Yeah, I'm just checking something because it looked like something went out on the stream here.
Got it.
Apologize for that.
Tech convoy. Got away with the gear. Corp don't even know Maelstrom's involved. Now see, convoy was carrying the Flathead, a little combat bot, a prototype. And I need me that bit of high-grade military stuff. Because if we don't get that bot, we don't get no soccer chip. And we sure as hell don't get no happily ever after. But don't get excited. It's a single-use toy. Nah, I flat out purchased the damn
Okay. Yeah, right now I'm just checking the stream, making sure it's working properly here. I noticed the other stream kind of ended a little bit earlier than it should have.
3 days after we'd sealed our deal, his friend and gang mate, one Simon Randall, aka Royce, plain dropped his ass. Royce is in charge now, and I got no way of knowing if he aims to honor his predecessor.
So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Right now I'm just running it right now with Right now I'm just running it without frame generation so you get an idea of how it looks like.
Been skidding around town asking after the convoy as if her life depended on finding.
We'll skip ahead of this.
Of course,
I think I got everything. Time I got to.
Alright, so we'll step out here. We'll get back into the action. Yeah, it seems like something, one of the streams went out prematurely. And let me see if I can fix it real quick. So let me start that back up. That was kind of odd. Okay, so let's go run off somewhere real quick and let's go start some drama here. So with the 5090, you can see that it's pulling a decent amount of wattage, and the frames are relatively between 80 to 95 at the most. And we'll go over to here, this assault in progress, and see what we can do. Bring the chat back up again. There we go.
And there's the other thing. Gotta meet the client who put the job on the table. Evelyn Parker.
All right, let's go ahead and hop into here.
Parker wants to meet someone on the crew. Dex gave me the What's the he's doing? Call you back. Okay, I'm back. Talk. Finish this at a time.
I don't know what he was going to do on that bike. All right, get out. All right, so we're going to go up here. And we're getting some decent frames.
As you were saying.
Again, this is like what you pay 3,000 for when it comes to these.
I say we knock on Maelstrom's door first. Pound, actually.
So right now we're just going to his assault. We're getting about 100, like 95 to 100 right now. So we're gonna try to replay this scene. I'll just make another save here because you'll see how it's going to be with frame generation. You can see how much of a difference it would be. The funny thing is that, you know, there's an issue too with the new driver. If you're in when you're in, what is it, psycho mode? Not psycho mode, but when you're in the whole overdrive mode and you have pad tracing enabled, unfortunately it can freeze up. So if you do have the new driver, just be aware, especially if you have the 50 series, you could run into that type of issue. Okay, I can't make it go off. Let me go over here. You notice how the frame delay is too. About 10 milliseconds about. And we'll go try to distract the enemies here. Oh, we got another strong level guy up here. Oh. Now, my question is, do you expect more out of the 5090, especially for the price you pay? So, just in raw power, we're getting about like 105 frames, 100 to 105 frames right now. I heard it's a lot of fun because of the, like how it zooms in and it shows you like where you snipe them at. Oh. Somebody's headed this way. Oh, yeah. Might as well go full combat at this point. Oh, this is a big guy. Ah, right when I took him down. So, we're going to go back in that scene, but this time we'll go with frame generation here. So it just has to restart once we do this. So we'll go right back into the game here. Really? It must be good then. I know somebody that plays it actually now on PC. I'm not sure if it's version... I'm not sure which version he's playing though. Yeah, it's a shame too with this whole connection because now I know what the issue is. It's because of the VPNs. There's the remote at. There we go. Okay. I gotta check this light out. Seems like it keeps getting no power. All right, so we're gonna go back in real quick. This will be big difference from what you're going to see a lot earlier. So now you can see how much of a jump up it is from 300. It's going to be like, it's going to average like 280 to 300. But you can see that you could pretty much see the difference, like when it comes to the whole textures. Let me just double check it. Don't tell me it did this again. Nope. Because it doesn't look smooth. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it has any real details or textures. When you walk up, you can see it now, but it just took a little bit to load for the details. So we're going to distract enemies here. Still some sort of like stuttering too. Alright, get out of here real quick. There we go. So about a decent 300 frames now. Only thing was that they kind of promised this. Almost like in the whole marketing side when it comes to DLSS 4. Because they were trying to show this like when it came to like the RTX 5070, remember that? Like how it can compare it to like RTX 4090. Nice. Now we completed that. Now we completed that mission. Red on gold. Get the left car, it looks sick. Okay. So I'll hop into that real quick. It's amazing how much of a big difference it is, like from where Cyberpunk originally came from. Because I remember like first getting it, it was back with the 2080 Ti I had. And that was like the best card at the time. And I was only getting like 40 frames. And now these new cards, but of course with frame generation you could push as high as up to these numbers, like 280 to 300 frames on a RTX 5090. And again, you can only reach these levels with frame generation because if there isn't any type of frame generation on, it doesn't get anywhere close to this, unfortunately. You get more closer to the range of like around 80 to 95 frames realistically. Alright, so let's go find this psycho out. And this is all with pad tracing and everything on. So if you're curious if it is on, it is. And pad tracing is just like a more advanced version of ray tracing. But it does work really well with it. Of course, it's not just quite perfect yet. Okay, so they're over here. That looks like a turret. Turn that off. I gotta wait for my RAM to kind of load up here. Where I gotta take it out. How can I get in here? Again, let me see. There must be another side to it. And again, it's like, it's not really smooth. If you turn too quick, you see that? That's where you can see the ghosting when it comes to the whole frame generation. Yeah, for sure. Definitely do it. And I have an idea why there was an issue with